Good evening, my name is Sasha, and I decided to go with the first option, which was define the 7 essential skills Shininger discusses in the preface of his book, explain the importance of each with respect to educating today's learners, include a discussion of when these skills should be introduced to students. So the first the first skill is creativity. The second is problem solving. The third is critical thinking. Technological proficiency, global awareness, media literacy, and then communication and collaboration. So with creativity, it is important that we allow students to be creative with their learning. It is important that we allow them to bring out their creative side. It makes them more engaged and more willing to learn when the lessons and the activities are creative and they're allowed to add their own spin into things as far as their learning. There's no set way of learning, so it's important that we allow students to be creative. Problem solving. They definitely need to learn problem solving skills early because it is important, whether it's in everyday life, whether it's with their peers, whether it's in school, in an academic lesson. Problem solving is essential for students to learn because even when it comes to their own personal problems, they learn how to cope and deal and handle problems. Critical thinking. It's important as an educator. I teach 8th grade social studies, so it's important that I challenge my students to think critically on the different topics, even when I have to question them and ask them how they can relate it to everyday life. So it's important to make them dig deep into what they're learning or what they're discussing or what they see and their explanations, just to think critically about things. So it's not just surface level information that they are familiar with. Technological proficiency is very important. These students that I have now, or the students that I've taught in the past, they're very familiar with technology and they're very proficient with it. They can, complete assignments and do different things that I didn't have the option of doing when I was their age. I tell them all the time, I had to use the sources when I was their age to look up information. And we were just recently being introduced to like Ask Jeeves and different things. But they're very proficient with technology, just to even teach them how to do other things or how to incorporate it in the classroom. They're good with things such as social media, accessing different things on the phone or even on a tablet or a computer. They can find things. So we just have to hone it in so that they can be proficient when it comes to technology, even in a classroom, and they can be well-rounded with their technology as far as life and classroom. Global awareness, they need to know they need to be able to understand like different cultures and different places around the world, what is going on, even as far as where we stand as a nation when it comes to testing and different things like that. They need to be completely aware of different cultures and different things involving different places around the globe. Media literacy. They need to be familiar with different things online, like different websites. We use Newsella, different things like that, just so they can build their media literacy. We use online, we use primary sources, secondary sources, different things to just build their media literacy. Communication and collaboration. They need to understand how to communicate and to collaborate, to work together. I find that the students that I have now, they struggle with working in groups and collaborating and communicating. It's more, what do you have? This is what I have. This is the answer that I have, and then people are copying answers. So they need to learn basic skills such as just how to simply communicate and discuss topics and be able to collaborate on assignments and different things within the classroom and even in their everyday lives. They need to learn how to properly do that. And I think it's important to introduce these skills to them very early on, as early as you can introduce it to them. I have a 4-year-old son, and we work on creativity, we work on problem solving, and trying to branch him into the critical thinking and technological proficiencies and different things like that. His father's from Nigeria, so even the global awareness, media literacy, we work on that. We do storyline online and how to properly communicate his feelings instead of yelling or getting angry or throwing a tantrum. We communicate and we work together to find a solution, collaborate. So I think it's very important. As soon as you can introduce these skills to, you know what I'm saying, kids, I think it's very important to introduce it to them. Even if it takes time and they're working on it consistently, it's very important to introduce it to the students early on. Thank you.